Welcome to another Spreading the Gospel with your boy CO the One. And today's message is beware of monitoring spirits. But I want to give you a testimony from when I was in high school. But first, we just want to understand in this world today, as social media, as we give most people access to our life, people are monitoring us on social media, and they don't really want to support what you're doing, but they're lurking on your page, making anonymous pages just to view you, just to see if you're winning or not. But the other day I ran into one of my young boys. They see what I'm doing, but he has said to me, yeah, you're ahead of your time. You got to understand that people are not going to understand you doing that. You're ahead of your time. But he said, I've been watching you and I've been studying you, and I know you better than you know yourself. And in my mind, I'm like, wow, monitoring spirit. So I said to him, yeah, most people, they see things in me that I don't see in myself. But in my mind, I was like, this dude, if he knew me better than I knew myself, then if he knew me better than I knew myself, he would have never said that. Like I said, all that came to me was monitoring spirit. And you're gonna come in thinking that if you come in with something to manipulate me with, or thinking that you find my best interest at heart, that things that I agree with, that you could come in and manipulate the situation. But not realizing that my spirit of discernment is very powerful. So when he said that, I'm like, man, another manipulator. And that's why God give us situations to see if we still can test people, with who they are. I dealt with narcissists, and all I seen was another narcissist. So, it's to the point where we have to understand the process of a monitoring spirit and what does they do. So, I have some notes of what a monitoring spirit is. A monitoring spirit is believed to be a demonic or spiritual entity that observes, tracks, and gathers information about individuals with the intent to hinder, to manipulate, to sabotage their progress. The spirit is spiritual warfare. These spirits are thought to act as agents of darkness, watching for weaknesses, patterns, and open doors to exploit. So we got to understand the process of a monitoring spirit and what they're capable of doing in our lives. That's why I have a video that I did. It is called Access Denied in 2025. That was the first video I did of the year. And because I had to learn that you can't give everyone access to you, because you have people who are sent in this matrix system to do nothing, to be like agents, to hinder you from your growth and to talk word curses against you. They just want information so they can, give back. And so these evil forces could go against what your plans and strategies and goals are. So you can't allow people to get around you. And, I've dealt with people trying to manipulate the situation. So I understand what a monitoring spirit is now. I had many people just call me just to act like they interested and all, they have my best interest at heart, but never did. Just to gain information and to use it against me. So I'm in a season where I don't tell nobody anything right now. My question, my answer to be, if you ask a question that doesn't concern you, is that's between me and God. That's it. Just that's just between me and God. There's nothing more to say, you know. But I want to give y'all a testimony for when I was in high school. And God bless the dead to this young lady. She died some years back from COVID. And dear friend in high school. And she used to chill with me every day. So like I said, monitoring spirits are secret admirers, right? So that's what I call them. And it just reminds me of this situation I went through in high school. Like I said, God bless the dead. She passed away. So we used to chill every day in the lunchroom. Like I said, I cut school. I played basketball for John Adams High School here in Jamaica, Queens, where I'm from, Southside Jamaica, Queens. I went to John Adams High School. Played a couple of years at John Adams High School, but grades has always been my downfall. Cutting class, cutting school, did in books. But we chill every day, and she goes and put into the paper, the school paper, that she's my secret admirer. So she comes and she tells me, oh, you have a secret admirer in the paper. So I go and I read the paper. And the paper is telling me in 3 weeks, you have to meet up with this person so she can reveal herself to you after 6th period by the gymnasium. So I'm like, okay, cool. Wow. So I'm going through the weeks, we're meeting up while she's at school, and she's trying to gain information, trying to see if I had a girlfriend. But at the time, I wasn't really talking to someone. I just started talking to a female who just moved from Miami. And we had just began to start talking. And was chilling with her every day after school. So in the process, she used to ask me every day, so what if you don't like the person, or what if, do you have a girlfriend? She's just gaining information the whole time, and she's trying to see if I have a girlfriend and how interested the girlfriend is, and what if this person, she's asking so many questions until the day comes. So she was more excited about meeting the person with me. So she's like, well, I want to see who this person is, and I want to, so I'm coming to meet with you. So we get there, 6th period, 3 weeks later, and she like, your secret admirer is me. So I'm like, oh shoot. I found her to be very interesting. I found her to be, she's really cool girl. She's dope to be around, I always enjoyed her company, but I always found her to be a little bit, aggressive, more intimidating. So it wasn't intimidating, it was just more aggressive, but more she's just very aggressive, I found and see that she had jealous ways without me even, being with her, but, chilling with her every day. Oh, you like that girl? That's the type of girl she like, and it'd be like, nah, I think she's cute, you know what I'm saying? And you would find it, and I was like, okay, but I said, okay, Uh, I just started talking to someone. So in the progress, in the process, I mean, I decided to give her a chance. Met up with her after school and we chilled. And made a gave her a kiss. Um, and after that kiss, I don't know, it was a change. So she found out this other girl that I was talking to that came from Miami. And they began to always, she see her and she tried to just cause confusion and then get to the couple days, a week later, they almost get into a fight, and now I get this girl calling me up. Why is this girl approaching me about you? She's saying that she's your girlfriend, and I'm like, okay. So they get me to the guidance counselor office. These two are in the guidance counselor's office, and they're they're going back and forth with me. Well, you was dealing with me, and you told me that you wasn't dealing with anyone, and this and that. So what I said to both of them is like, I don't want to deal with this. So I'm not even dealing with either one of y'all. And I walked out of the guidance counselor's office. But like I said, secret admirers can definitely be monitoring spirits. And it just reminds me of that situation about high school. It was really, really interesting. It was, and it definitely brought a smile on my face that someone was really interested in me, that would actually, put me in the school newspaper as I am their secret admirer. But monitoring spirits can be secret admirers, and that was a story that I have. But these are signs of a monitoring spirit, unexplained patterns of setbacks or delays in areas like finances, relationships, and opportunities, reoccurring cycles of temptation or oppression after making spiritual progress, surveillance like occurrences such as seeing the same unfamiliar person frequently and feeling watched, dreams of being followed, watched, or spied on, which can symbolize spiritual monitoring. So if these things are happening, these are signs of a monitoring spirit. So if you, like I said, if you know anyone who comes to mind when I say these things, 9 out of 10, that's the person. So beware, use your discernment in these hours, because they're coming to stop. They are destiny blockers. So they're coming to block and stop your destiny. So beware of monitoring spirits. How do we get rid of these secret admirers? First, praying and fasting is one that can get us away from these secret admirers, these monitoring spirits, and anointing your home and speaking life and protection over yourself and your family, declaring the blood of Yeshua as covering and protection, and walking in a spiritual discernment to recognize and resisting monitoring spirits. So if you notice what you have to use your spirit of discernment in this time to you have to use your spirit of discernment in this time when it comes to dealing with monitoring spirits, and you have to get away from them or give them less information, because they only acting as dark agents in this matrix system to try to stop you and hinder you from your elevation and growth. So if if you're dealing with anyone like this and it comes to your mind, normally of your intuition and what you're thinking and who you're thinking about now, that's a monitoring spirit. So, I hope this has blessed you. I hope this has, give you some insight, encouragement to stay away from those who don't have your best interests at heart, and those who are just around you to just soak up your energy. We call them energy vampires. So they just want your energy, and they want to just dim your light. Some people will see that you're shining, and they just want to find a way to dim that light and take away your progression and all that you worked hard for. But we'll continue to walk in confidence and learn and understand to love yourself and put yourself first in any and everything that you do, as well as putting the Most High first and trusting the Lord with all your heart and lean not into your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your path. But first and foremost, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all things shall be added unto you. So, I hope this has blessed you. Follow, subscribe, like, comment, and, I'll see y'all in the next video. I hope this has been a blessing to y'all. Love you. God bless.